11 at 11 continues with a 9 on your side I-team investigation. The Tri-State is ground zero for some of the most powerful heroin ever to hit the streets. It is an industry that brings tens of millions of dollars across the country.
And we've seen the effects of it really up close and personal with the rash of overdoses in the Cincinnati area just this summer. But how close are investigators to really tracking down and capturing the dealers?
9 on your side I-team reporter Hillary Lake digging into this tonight. And Hillary, what have you found?
Well, guys, we are in Lower Price Hill, and investigators believe one of the biggest drug organizations in the world is responsible for what's happening on our streets.
You put the latex, the rubber part on your palm so you don't touch anything. We're just taking ownership of some of our problems.
She's called the west side of Cincinnati home for most of her life.
The people that live here own these streets, and they have a right to walk on these streets and not feel threatened.
Patty Hogan leads a neighborhood group that's cleaning things up and taking back the streets. That's right, she said heroin bags.
We know what they look like. They're tied at the bottom.
Since early July, 312 people have overdosed on the streets of the west side alone. That counts for a quarter of the overdoses throughout Cincinnati. Most of those are from a powerful mixture of heroin and carfentanil, or elephant tranquilizer.
Before heroin, it was crack. One of my biggest questions is what makes this area so attractive for drug abuse.
Man, that thing was crazy.
I went to Tim Reagan for some answers. He heads the DEA in Cincinnati.
Most of the heroin, the fentanyl, the carfentanil and methamphetamines definitely being sent up from Mexico, and we believe mostly related to the Sinaloa cartel.
Maybe I'm a little shocked by that, okay, because I keep asking questions, and that's really the first time I've really heard specifically that this is cartel driven.
That cartel is run by drug lord El Chapo Guzman, who's accused of having thousands of people killed. Last year, he escaped a Mexican prison through a tunnel and was eventually arrested again. Reagan tells me El Chapo's cartel gets carfentanil from China. It's cut with heroin before it's sent to the U.S.
It's just like any Fortune 500 company. You know, he's the CEO. He's got a board of directors, and you know, each person's responsible for a certain part of his business. Some of these individuals are some of the best counter surveillance people that we've ever dealt with. They will drive around the city around 275 4 or 5 times before they decide to do a deal.
The interstate system also makes it easy for dealers to move around with ease. The heroin pipeline spans from the Tri-State to California. Patty's East Price Hill neighborhood is right off Interstate 75.
The dope game is up in Cincinnati, and again, we have unfortunately a huge customer user base here.
He tells me dealers are almost untraceable. They trade in cell phones like most of us change our clothes. In the past 5 years, federal agents have arrested several people in the Tri-State for dealing heroin, including this couple from Cincinnati. A cell phone they used to deal played a key role in the arrest.
They definitely got their dope from someone else who's definitely getting it from a Mexican source of supply.
While investigators work to track down more dealers, Patty and her group have a plan beyond cleaning up.
The impact, the visual impact of having 5 of us walk down the street is a lot more powerful than just one of us walking down the street.
They want to inspire neighbors to take care of the community, sending a message to dealers.
Stay the hell out of here. We don't want you here. You know, they all talk about a neighborhood's moral voice. Well, this is the moral voice of this neighborhood.